right, we're just about back and looking at Canadian family life now. So thank you everybody for your patience. I don't know why we lost the stream. I've been having trouble with Streamlabs all day today. Still trying to work on my Stream Deck, which is this expensive and fully not worth it piece of equipment that I've got here. And I whine about that because of the troubles we've been having with it. And they did a software update the other day and nothing worked after that. Today I was trying everything I could to get this thing to do what I want. And I can only assume that that's what caused a trouble with the Streamlabs desktop, which is what I use to stream here. I forgot to close off our poll in the other stream too, so I don't even remember what it said. If any of our moderators happen to catch the responses there for how everybody got their notifications today, I'd love to know. But hopefully we'll hold it together. We haven't lost a stream in a long time. Could have been the internet. We had some rain earlier today. It kind of affects us. Where Kristen and I live is officially Niagara Falls, but we live in the last apartments in the whole city. So we're as far away from the central hub of internet as you can get. So if anything happens along the line, we get affected. We haven't had a lot of trouble lately, but if we lose the stream because of the internet or something like that, we will always try to restart one time if it's within the first, let's say, hour and a half. But only once. So if we lose it again, we'll just cut it for today and we'll be back in a few days, but we should be fine. Dinky Crafts Jennifer, good to see you here. Dave Collier Camping, good to have you here. Vintage Style by Joel, thanks for coming back in. And then Michael's Adventures doesn't get notices, yes. And then Mel Runs Things is back in the house. So I've got our members back on the wheel. Katie's Kitchen, Crafty Witch 232, Butler Family Farm, and Matt and Mouse are all on there. I'll add some more if we need to. Squirrel's Nest is back, so thank you for coming in. And Rainy Ridge is here, New Horizons Above and Beyond. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Foothills of Appalachia, good to see you here. And Jesse Journals on Boxes, of course, is in the pole position on the wheel. Canadian Family Life on the screen we're going to talk about in a moment. Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain is back. And Katie's Kitchen is there as well. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And thank you again, everyone, for your patience. So Canadian Family Life, actually, I got to show you something because Kristen brought this in here about 15 minutes ago. She's been baking all day again. More focaccia bread. And she always makes dinner, especially if we're going to have Tuber Chat at 6 p.m. Eastern. She'll have dinner at 5 o'clock so that I can eat and be rested before we start, let's just say. But she was baking cookies today as well. Look at how glorious this thing is. I got to show off all the baking and make everybody jealous every time she does this because she's doing it every weekend lately. The kitchen's always full of baking now. There's these are cookies, so they look like chocolate to me. I forget what she said, but it looks like chocolate. And then that is a piece of a cookies and cream Hershey bar and half of an Oreo cookie wedged in there as well. So not keto friendly in the least, but I will be devouring that thing over the course of the rest of the stream here. And yeah, baking does heat the apartment up, Michael's Adventure. So the way that our place is set up, like most, the kitchen and living room are very close to each other, almost connected, you could say. It's not a huge place or anything like that. We like it. It's quiet, and it's when we moved in, it was already upgraded. It looks more like a condo than anything else. It's not like it wasn't clean and updated and tidy and all that stuff. So we don't mind it, and it's not that huge. So the air conditioner, we're only allowed to have the smallest kind of portable air conditioner. So we have one that is able to keep that area of the apartment cool. And even when she does some baking, some of this, I don't know how much she did today in the air fryer. I really don't know, but baking, yeah, she probably used the oven, but it hasn't been that terrible. I'm in the farthest room now in the apartment, if you can imagine, down the hall and all that. Most apartments are laid out similar. That the air conditioning doesn't really reach me, and I keep the door almost closed anyway, so I'm usually dying over here. We got a heat wave that just won't let up. That's what summers are like in Niagara Falls and Toronto now, and London probably for Jason as well. Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. A Simple Family Lifestyle, picked up one of those gifted memberships, I think, so I'm going to get them onto the wheel. Ace Flaw 1 is Andy. He's been with me for 6 years as well. And we're going to talk about Canadian family life in a second. I don't know what the heat's been like for her. She's in New Brunswick, which is like way too far for me to know. Greenland Quilter Katie's here. And if everybody in the chat wants to mention like what state you're in or province or anything like that, feel free. We're always interested to know all these little tidbits about each other. I happen to live in Niagara Falls, Canada, so it's gorgeous here. It's a touristy city, honeymoon capital of the world, but not a huge city like Toronto or anything like that, where I grew up. So, Canadian family life, like I said, is in New Brunswick. And this creator, I had to show that cookie that Kristen baked earlier today. She's been doing a bunch of stuff. She did focaccia bread again today. She made pasta salad. And then, you know, just made like chicken for dinner. But I feel like she made something else as well that I can't remember now. Yeah, she's been at it all day. Brit Family Fun, good to see you in the house. Low Inspired Living came back in. Thank you for being here. Hanging out with Jen, good to have you in the house. In Louisiana, but they're in Mississippi for a while now. So yeah, hopefully that didn't have the devastating effect that I imagine it might from what you're saying there, but hopefully you're doing okay. I know it's been a little while, though that would have been life-changing, of course. I'm in Canada. We don't get like proper news here. It's hard to believe, but it's true that our news system and our government interferes. So we have a hard time getting the truth. We have to rely on our friends to try to tell us what's happening, and then we have to make our own decisions from there. But like in Facebook, Twitter, and all them, they told our government to get lost when it comes to posting news. They said we're just not going to bother. The Canadian government tried to say they have to pay our news outlets to put news on their platforms, and they said we're just not going to bother. You guys are ridiculous. So we don't get to see the truth about what happens. We have to figure it out or rely on our friends, let's just say, like I said. So Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now, and this creator, like I said, from New Brunswick, brings us what I would consider almost homesteading type content. There's a bit of outdoor content, a lot of indoor content. She does a lot of cooking and baking. She does a lot of grocery bank food hauls. She does a lot of Happy Meal videos. She's done some vlogging. This is Tiffany, by the way. Her whole family gets involved in the channel. Actually, there's a couple of videos here featuring her husband, Chris. He's got his own channel as well called Chris's Creation Fun. I'll leave it to you to find that, where he does do-it-yourself videos, works on grow lights for their impeccable container garden, and does some 3D printing as well. And then Canadian Family Life, like I said, the family's involved in everything. She's done some vlogging as well, lots of cooking and baking, like I said. Shorts on this channel feature a lot of outdoor content that has done well. 2,500, 2,800, 3,500, 5,600 on one of these, which is great to see. And you see some Canadian winter weather there as well, and then live streams, where it could be Tiffany herself. The family's usually hopping in and out on just about every live stream as well. She's been featured on at least dozens of other channels. This is how I first started to realize how quickly Canadian Family Life was growing. She got her first 3,000 in barely over a year. I believe the biggest two reasons are because she's out there supporting other people all the time. I run into her every day supporting other creators in live streams and premieres and everybody else's channels. But she's been featured on StreamYard panels on dozens of other channels. And I think that led to a lot of the growth here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who also happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. And then Consume the Goodness is back in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully your premiere went well with Just Jason Keto. Native Wildman is here. I put him on the wheel. Greenland Quilter Katie is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then, low inspired living. Actually, let me make sure you're still here. I was just about to add a name to the wheel before we lost the internet and went on that break, or lost the stream or whatever, and went on that little unintended break there. But if low inspired living is still here, I'll put them on the wheel right away. Greenland Quilter Katie is going to give us a beautiful look around Greenland. It's interesting, when this channel started coming into the Tuber Chat family, the first videos I watched were of Greenland, all these water-based views of mountains and glaciers and icebergs, and some of the shorts on the channel give us more of a beautiful look around Greenland. But they also have a podcast happening, so this is where a lot of the videos come from. Over Christmas they did some shopping videos, which were a bit different for the channel, which is great to see. The shorts, like I said, bring more random content, but a lot of different types of looks around Greenland, including winter weather there. And then this is what this is what happens if anybody hasn't seen this before. If you've not seen what this is in this thumbnail, this is interesting. This happens on our houses, on our cars, on any kind of a structure. And what happens is, when the rain, when either the ice starts to melt or the rain starts to freeze, you start to get these icicles that happen. And you might have seen, like, you know, fake ones of these for Christmas trees and things like that, but this is a real, like, icicle, and it looks like it's hanging off a car, right? But this happens all the time. They get huge. It becomes dangerous. Sometimes they're on the tops of your houses, even if you have eaves troughs. Like in Canada, we have to have eaves troughs around all of our houses and structures, as far as I understand. I don't know if that's just Ontario or Canada, and it happens there all the time. So you have to be careful when you're walking that these things are falling on you when the sun starts to beat down on them. But that's kind of cool. I didn't notice that before. Greenland Quilter Katie. And then live streams on the channel as well. They're live frequently. They were live earlier today. I thought I caught that, but I was mistaken. I caught you yesterday. And then they've got one coming up for tomorrow. So they're on just about every day, it looks like, lately. And they've got StreamYard panels full of guests. And it's always a good time over there. But Greenland Quilter Katie's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat earlier, so we've got their channel on the screen right now. They're working on 5,000 subscribers, or 4,300 anyway for now. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them when we get to their channel also. 3 Cheese and Me is going to be happy to have picked up that gifted membership from Native Wildman. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, so we'll get them up there right now. I don't know if we still have low inspired living in the house. Maybe not. Hannah Rebecca's here, another vlogger. And then 3 Cheese and Me is going to be added to the wheel right away, because we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I'll look for another name to add to our wheel from our chat list as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Low Inspired Living is still here. I've got them on the wheel right now. I forgot to set a goal earlier, so I'll do that right this second. How much time have we got left? We still got over an hour. And we'll talk about Native Wildman. This creator's got a series of videos going on that is Tea Time Tuesday there. And I think they dropped them as premieres, if I'm not mistaken. I think I caught that while it was premiering. And then, when we look at what they've got going on, plenty of videos for us to see, including that Tea Time Tuesday series. But this creator lets us know on their About section a little bit about them. The idea that they'll be bringing fly tying, fishing, knives, artisan tea blends, and a bit of random content as well. Shorts feature more outdoor content, getting into 5,900, went over 10,000 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live fairly frequently. I think it's once a week if I'm not mistaken. It seems to be, and sometimes a little more often. They're working on 1,300 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then I see Missouri Outlaw Randy in the house. And then Hannah Rebecca's been working too much lately, yeah. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Home by Design with Marilyn is also here. I think we're about to speed up. Oh, Home by Design with Marilyn, forgive me, I've already got you on the wheel. Let's spin, and we'll see who's coming up next. But give Native Wildman, thanks for gifting that membership. I really do appreciate that. I know 3 Cheese and me will be happy to have that. They live stream every day. And then we're going to look at Katie's Kitchen right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I'm going to put Katie's handle in the chat. It's a popular name. Katie's in the Kitchen is the handle there. Jory's Game Bites, good to see you here. They're also a member, so I'll put them on the wheel right away. I'll clean up the wheel after we go on another break in a few minutes here. Katie's Kitchen is bringing us more food bank grocery hauls. We saw those earlier from Canadian Family Life, and then some cooking videos as well. They just put out a brand new video, which is great to see. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. This one's just a couple minutes long. We're typically looking for videos over 3 minutes when we're connecting with people, because we always follow the same system. We've been doing this for 5 years. You see every channel I put on the screen is subscribed. You could probably connect with this video, but I would recommend connecting with a longer one and then watching that video if you want to. It's only a couple minutes anyway, right? Like I said. And then shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 2,500, 6,700, one at 8,300, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So a couple weeks ago they did another video game live stream. I'm actually going to put that in my catch-up list as well, and I'm going to run that. Basically what I do is I keep that playlist that I talk about, and I might as well just show you right now. I'll put the catch-up list up here. So it's just a playlist, but what you can do is order the videos manually. You can move them up and down. You can do that on a phone or on a computer. And I put the shortest ones at the top of the list, and then they get longer as time goes on. So things like live stream replays, I just go at the end, and then they just run out because I can leave it running overnight or, you know, whatever. Most of us do that kind of thing. So hopefully everybody will connect with Katie's Kitchen, another loyal and dedicated supporter who's been with us for as long as I can remember. And then Native Wildman, we looked at Handicapped Traveler is coming up. They've got a special live stream, actually. We'll ask them, you could just tell us if you don't mind, Handicapped Traveler, when that stream is, but we're probably going to see it when we look at their channel. I've got them on the wheel now. What we'll do right now, let's spin, and we'll see who's coming up next. And what we'll do is we'll go for 3.5 minutes again, and then we'll come right back. And for this one, I'll play a clip from our interview series again. These are all creators who've been friends of ours for years. They're still going through all the things we're going through. They've all passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap that it is.
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
Now, we're just about back with Jory's Game Bites here. I'm trying to cut the breaks down a little bit. We'll see how that goes. So we'll either take a break or we'll play a clip from the interview series, but not both. That's the intention. We'll see what happens after. Forgive me for anybody that I haven't said hello to. And then, yeah, Ellen Smile, it's interesting that you say that, because what I've described since the beginning of Tuber Chat is that consistency comes in posting at least one quality piece of content per week. And really, I'm talking about videos, but if you're a streamer or somebody that only does shorts, that's fine too. A quality piece of content every week is enough to make a channel grow organically. The things we do here just speed that up. But every time I take a week off on any channel, it takes a month to get the momentum back, as you heard me say in that clip there. And it's absolutely true, but the momentum always comes back. You know, it's just that the notifications have to get happening again. People change their routine. You know, people tend to do things weekly. We think about finances and our bills monthly, but most people have a weekly routine, right? They do the same thing every Tuesday, the same thing every Friday. And Handicapped Traveler, forgive me, I didn't realize I missed your stream. I didn't realize it was today. I should have known that. I thought I had an alarm on the phone, unless I missed it. They did a special 3-year on YouTube live stream then today, if I understand right. And then please correct me if I misunderstood, because I get a lot of the context in the chat wrong because I missed so much, but I think that's what they were saying. Handicapped Traveler has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for all of this time. And then Jory's Game Bites is up on the screen as well. And forgive me for anybody I didn't say hello to. Brit Family Fun, I think, was with us in the last stream as well. We lost our stream due to the internet earlier today and had to restart. So it's hard for everybody to remember who they've already said hello to. So I don't mean to miss anybody. But as long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Author Adrian Blyther is back in the house, and then Scooter Renee LLC is about to be added to the wheel. And there you go. Yeah, they did it at 6 p.m. I don't know why. For whatever reason, even earlier while I was talking here about channels, I was thinking it was Saturday. No, it's only Friday right now. I don't know what I'm thinking. Jory's Game Bites. This is a longtime friend. Jory's been with us for years. Could be 5 years now. 4 almost certainly, and 3 for sure. But Jory's Game Bites has changed the name of his channel several times, but we always know it's Jory. He always keeps his name in, like his real name, Jory, in the name of the channel. This creator's done a few product reviews lately. They're really known for, I think, video game streaming. We'll see in a second in the live streams, but they got some shorts here that are really moving. 2,500, 3,100, 2,700 on another one, and then 7,500. My goodness, this is interesting to me because I don't get to see a lot of the different flavors that come out with popular products that our American friends get, because I'm in Canada. We only get about 10 or 20% of the different products that come out, it seems. So it's interesting because as a Canadian, we think that some of the stuff, if it gets popular, is going to come over here. But it's rare that something starts in Canada and moves the other way. So always interesting. And then Jory's Game Bites has been giving us a few live streams, getting to know the creator lately, actually, and some video gaming to go along with that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jory's Game Bites. And another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, as I like to say. And then we'll spin the wheel and see who's coming up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends, members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Matt and Mouse, another couple of Canadians, are up on the screen. This is a channel that I was taken away with right away when I started watching a few of their videos. They've been with us for a while. I don't think it's been a year yet. It might be, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. Many, many months though now. And when we look at their channel, more homesteading content in my opinion, but they've actually got a like almost tiny house type cabin. And I'm fascinated by these things. I really love like tiny houses and cottages and cabins. And it's not that I'm an outdoor person. It's actually the opposite. But I'm fascinated with these types of things. And they give us a great tour. They've done a great job of keeping it together. They got a wonderful charisma between them. And a lot of outdoor content to go along with it. Even some members-only content, which is cool as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Matt and Mouse. They're generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. They happen to be members here. So we've always got members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and I'll add a couple of names onto the wheel shortly. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation, and I'll take those names out of the chat, and then hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Izzy Pop is here. I've got them on the wheel, and Matt and Mouse have got some shorts. These have gotten into 1,500, 1,700 views and beyond, and more outdoor content there. And then they did a live stream last year. This is one we saw on Jason's channel earlier, where he did a homestead hangout with a few channels, and hopefully we'll see more collaborations like that soon enough. They're working on 1,900 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then oh, yeah, Just Jason Keto says they're building a cabin for us to hang out in when we visit. Yeah, maybe me and Jason together, because we live close enough. We might be able to hop over there. Canada has a few different things that I can whine and complain about when it comes to costs and how we're overcharged. Mail is one of those things, and flights are another thing. The taxes on our flights are just ridiculous. It's really hard to find a flight from Canada to anywhere for under $1,000 Canadian dollars, so 700 American, but let's just say. And then even within Canada, we don't get to have a $99 flight to go from one city to another. That is not common. It is hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So any vacation or trip you plan, you're basically adding $1,000 per person in flights as an average. Now, any other Canadian can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the way it seems. I haven't been anywhere in a while, and I won't be going for a long time. My new 9 to 5 job won't have vacation time until like next May or June, but then I can start planning some stuff. That's why I didn't go with our friends to the cruise that they've got going on. Butler Family Farm is going on. Cruise in Alaska 25. Rambling with the Brooms is putting that together. Yes, it's cheaper to fly to Paris than it is to cheaper to fly to Paris, France than it is Paris, Ontario, which is a real thing. And then Cali King 916 from Sacramento is in the house. And Jessica SMC just dropped a super chat. Thank you for the extra generous support. We will look at that channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters on the screen as soon as those things happen. And then Hannah Rebecca, I'm called a food service technician. So basically I visit grocery stores and variety stores. And whenever they have food, hot food that they have to deal with, or like grocery stores, any food, sometimes they have to deal with their equipment or their sinks or their dishes, which you'd be surprised how many dishes they have, but they really do. And we have to make sure that their chemicals are properly dosed, they call it. What that means is like the ratio of water to chemical, so that they have the proper soap, the proper sanitizer, and everything else. And the company sells equipment and stuff like that to go along with it. So it's not the worst job in the world. Different for me. Use a lot more tools than I ever have, but I am not sitting behind a computer, unfortunately. But it's kind of, I tend to be up earlier than 9 to 5, but it is a Monday to Friday thing. So interesting. And Elevate with Vern, my dear friend, my YTBFF, is in the house. She's also a beloved and dedicated moderator here, so I'm going to get her right onto the wheel. She came to visit, actually. She lives in New York State and came up to Niagara Falls last summer to visit with me and Kristen and Kristen's daughter, Kira. And we had a great time. We spent a few days together. A lot of meals. And she got to see the beautiful Niagara Falls, where we're lucky enough to live. And oh, interesting. Yeah, I know Kroger. It's such a huge company, right, Hannah Rebecca? Yeah, and the grocery store. So if you go in the back and you see the sinks where they prepare the produce, or if you do hot food, like if they make sandwiches and chickens and things like that in the store, where they deal with their chemicals in the sinks, it's the thing on the wall that I pretty much have to deal with, let's just say. And then Elevate with Vern, are you coming to Niagara Falls again? Is that what you mean? Elevate with Vern might be surprising us with another visit. My dear goodness. Yeah, things change for me. So I have this Monday to Friday, but I have weekends off. It's very weird for me to get that routine happening, because I find myself with so much time now on Saturdays and Sundays. I know it's a great thing to have, but it's been a long time since I've had, let's say, a real job. I've been self-employed most of my life, and when I do take on something full-time, it's usually not a Monday to Friday schedule kind of thing. And then Fuzzy Adventures and More is in the house as well. That's New Horizons Above and Beyond. And that's what it is, Hannah Rebecca. Yeah, easy stuff. We do inspections and things like that. Not hard work. Hard work for minutes at a time. But lots of friendly people to talk to and everything, so that's cool. And I move around a lot. I usually visit about 3 locations a day. And then Hannah Rebecca, Elevate with Vern is coming to Niagara. Pardon me just for 1 second. I just yelled through the house for Kristen to know that Vern is coming again. I hope we can meet up. I hope we can... that would be nice. Yeah. Again, it's a bit of a surprise. Low Inspired Living is up on the screen. This is a channel we've seen before in the chat, but I think this is the first time we've got them on the screen. So it's a channel I've got to get to know, but they talk about fragrance, lifestyle here, and they've got some information on their About section to go with what they've introduced us to on their banner. Obviously, a dynamic creator, those vibrant thumbnails will be great for recognizability. I talk about that on a few channels. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so I'm going to take your latest video, put that in my watch later list, and then what I will do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. We're really actually here about every 3 days. Let's just say that's a better way to put it, because that's the way our schedule tends to work. But different days, different times. We've been pretty consistent with the 6 p.m. Eastern time lately. I'll probably keep that up for a while. Oh, Hannah Rebecca, yeah, it would be nice. I can't wait for the day that I can start crossing the border again. I haven't been to the States in many years. Kristen and I have gone over for like anniversaries and stuff. But I'm hoping that after my vacation time starts, I'll be able to make plans for a lengthy trip down there. When I was a young lad, I used to imagine the idea of visiting 50 major cities, let's say, one for every state. Not necessarily the capitals, but probably, because I seem to love being surrounded by concrete, steel, and glass instead of sun, sand, and beach. I don't know why. And then the Numismaniac, good to see you in the house. That's from Edmonton, Alberta. Henry Leslie Vermont is here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And then, yeah, Elevate with Vern. I'm going to make a note for myself right now to message you right away. But I'm, yeah, I do weekends now, so it's a little bit different. I'll be around on the weekend. And then, Izzy Pop is coming up right this second. This is a creator that's going to help us with some digital art, among other graphic design.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Yeah, I used to have this imagination wanting to travel through the United States. I figured I'd start up like close to New York where I am and maybe go over to like New England or like a little bit higher up in Vermont and all that stuff, and then just zigzag all the way across, because I don't know how to do it efficiently, right? You can't do like a circle and stuff because you miss places. I don't know if it's realistic. I've heard from friends that have driven to like Los Angeles that it takes 3 weeks to get there and back and whatever, and that's a bit lengthy for me. I'm not sure, but I do imagine driving. I don't know if that's realistic, but we'll see. And I will definitely do what I can. What I'll probably try to do is hit a couple of areas. This is just my imagination. I'm talking nonsense right now, so don't hold me to this because we're a year away. But if I can, maybe I'll visit a couple of areas that are like one in the Northwest, one in the Northeast, one in the Southwest, one in the Southeast, so that we can have meetups, and then anybody who can get there can get there. That might be a little more reasonable, but I'm unsure. And there you go. See, Just Jason Keto prefers to visit parks instead of cities. I probably just haven't been to enough parks in my life. I've been to my share, but not different ones. The same 3 or 4 parks over and over and over again. So maybe I don't see the same thing. But I've been to many, many cities. I've been to all of the major cities in the Northeast, luckily, usually for minutes at a time with no time to spare. Just Jason Keto's going to BC in September driving. My goodness, that's got to be a 2-week trip if I'm not mistaken. And then, Timmy the Racing Channel's talking about our music channel where we got a video game going. We can jump on each other's heads over there. Swim across Lake Erie and we can meet up. Yeah, handicap travel. The Northeast is not difficult, of course. I've been anywhere from Green Bay and Chicago down to Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Toledo and all that. I've been as far as Kentucky and Louisville. I don't think I went to Louisville. I think I went to Kentucky and Cincinnati. They're close, aren't they? And forgive me for not knowing, because I'm in Canada and I have to think about the map. And then all over the Northeast, as high as Boston. I used to go to New England every month for a year and a half. And then down as far as New York and Ocean City, Maryland, and Philadelphia and all that stuff. I can't remember. I don't think I made it to Atlantic City or anything like that. And then the Northern States Canyons. I've been through, when I've been to, I used to go to Harrisburg. I went to Harrisburg for 6 weeks in a row, if you can imagine that, on Saturdays once. And, there's a river. I don't know what I'm talking about, but there's a river that goes like right through the middle of the city. Reminds me of Chicago. And when I used to go there, what we were doing is renting out nightclubs and running parties there, but we couldn't get anybody from the other side of the river to come over. It's like a psychological barrier or something like that. But I remember the mountains and going through some of those tunnels, and I describe it to people here because we have so few. We got a couple of tunnels in Niagara Falls, but they literally last like 30 seconds, not 30 minutes when you're driving through them, But that I found fascinating as well. But yeah, forgive me. I know I'm getting way into story time today. So Izzy Pop is up on the screen. We're also going to look at Jessica SMC, who dropped a super chat. Izzy Pop dropped one as well. I know you said it took a few tries. Something happened to our stream today. We lost our stream half an hour ago or whatever it was and had to restart. So I don't know what was up with that, but maybe there's some kind of a glitch going on, because it didn't seem like it was our internet, but I'm unsure. And then Crafty Witch 232 also dropped a super chat. So we're going to look at all of those channels as quickly as we can. I'm going to try to speed things up. I mentioned Izzy Pop helping us with digital art and graphic design. They let us know on their banner that they're going to help us when it comes to some of the tools that are out there. And they've done countless, I think, thumbnails, but also banners for other channels. They got a brand new video here. A lot of what they've done lately is animation with interesting music behind it. And then shorts on the channel as well. More random content, getting into 1,500 views and beyond. And then live streams over here as well. They're live frequently, usually a few times a week. I've caught them many times, and we joke all the time. But like all streams, the conversation can go just about anywhere once it gets started. Sometimes they start with a theme. And Izzy Pop's got a vibrant community of tons of friends hanging out and trickling in and out of these streams all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop, and it is 1,800 that they've got for subscribers right now, working on 1,900, and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I just want to make sure everybody gets to this channel. There's a space at the beginning of their name. So Izzy Pop is a popular name on YouTube anyway. We see that in the search results, or at least my search results. But if we use Izzy Poppers as a handle, you might find them a little bit quicker. And then PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Mel. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. I caught them for a live stream. Was it yesterday? Thursday at 7 o'clock they're on. Yeah, it was yesterday. See, I still think it's Saturday for no reason. For no reason do I think that. Up Designs Customs is here. Yadira's been in the house for a long time as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. We're going to look at Jessica SMC. So thank you, Izzy Pop, especially for having to give multiple tries, but for getting another super chat through. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, we just did the same thing, PK Adventure Travels. It's so frustrating when that happens. But thank goodness that when the channels are established, you'll get people that will come back, and then you can continue on. Jessica SMC is up on the screen right now with 525 subscribers. They've got some information on their about section, mainly crochet, cooking, confections, all sorts of crafty things, and then some fun and giggles to go along with it. I'm going to grab your latest video. It's pretty lengthy, but I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to get another piece of content watched. It's a Happy Mail video, so that's fantastic. I'm always happy to see Happy Mail between creators. And then 1,700 views on one of these shorts videos, which is great also, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be on just about daily, very close to it. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They got a StreamYard panel full of guests sometimes as well. So working on 600 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we're going to look at Crafty Witch 232 for the same reason right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
When we look at Jessica, Jessica MC is on the screen right now. We're going to look at Crafty Witch 232. Sometimes my copy and paste doesn't work as easily as I think it should, or I am not quite doing it right. Crafty Witch 232 brings a lot of pop culture on their channel, and it took me a moment to get an idea of what was going on here. They've been with us for at least a year by now. But they have got a mix of a lot of creativity. They actually let us know they craft all the things. They do cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and much more. But there's a lot of 3D printing and crochet that we see in a lot of the thumbnails, and this creator started collaborating with others as well. I came to learn just a few months ago that this creator actually sells a lot of what they make. So they're on just about every day, hours at a time, creating things to sell. And you get an idea of some of the pop culture references here, hence the large views, 10,000, 14,000 on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So like I said, they're on almost every day. I've been missing the last few. I know they're always on in what I call the evenings because I'm in the Eastern time zone, and I've been hitting like bedtime way too early lately. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm long gone. I'm just going to add your latest live stream replay though into my catch-up list. I'm just going to let that run. Even when we're monetized, it can still benefit to keep those watch hours up. Crafty Witch 232 is not going to have a problem with that because they're on just about every day, like I said. PK Adventure Travels is also gifting a membership. So thank you, Crafty Witch 232, for another super chat. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, and then PK Adventure Travels has done things like this as well. But we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. I'll get back to the spinning the wheel afterwards. But PK Adventure Travels gifted a membership, and that's Ryan and Mel. So we'll see what they've got going on for travel content in a second.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And forgive me for missing that in the chat. Just Jason Keto caught that. Crafty Witch 232 wanted us to look at Mel Runs Things. So we're going to look at that channel next. And forgive me for missing that. We always honor those. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't see a thing. Even with my glasses, my vision is not well. And even when I'm looking at the chat, I'm not seeing things as clearly as I usually do, so I don't know what's happening there. But thank you, and Jesse as well. Thank you to our moderators for that. And then hanging out with Jen, picked up a gifted membership there, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. Members always get added as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to try to speed things up. I know I've said that a couple of times, but PK Adventure Travels is up here. Ryan and Mel bring us a lot of travel-based content, some cruising, but these are travel agents as well. And I think if I understood right, the other day in the live stream, they were saying they both have full-time gigs and they do have a travel agency and they are camping and doing other things, traveling. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm not sure what this is, actually. A vlogger light. That'll be interesting to see. I'll put that in my catch-up list. They do a really thorough job with all of their videos. It doesn't matter if they're giving us a tour of their RV, showing us some customizations and adding some conveniences, or if they're doing a ship tour or talking other travel. Ryan's got a series where he talks about, he calls it news. Some of it is, but there's a lot of tips. Actually, it all is. But there's tips that come out of the stories that are told here that I think everybody should see. As a travel channel in the Tuber Chat family, I would grab the playlist of Ryan's news updates there. I think he's got a playlist for it, doesn't he? Oh, like I said, I can't read. I think he does. And forgive me, Ryan, if I'm not seeing it right away. If you don't already, I would make that playlist. And forgive me, usually I don't try to tell everybody what they should do. But luckily, Ryan and Mel, we've known long enough now. If I don't see it, it might already be there. But a playlist of those news videos, because I really think they're valuable. I think anybody who's planning any travel at all needs to see that. Because there's interesting things that I promise you we're not thinking about that Ryan has been able to catch. And then lots of live streams. So they're on every Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern. And literally some creators that have these schedules and are with us regularly, I got alarms on my phone. So I know that they're on a half an hour before Jason starts. And thank you, Ryan's already got that done. So forgive me. I don't know what it is. Something is going on I can't see today. It could just be the way the light is coming into the window or whatever. I've even punched up the zoom on the web page here. But we'll see. I'm sure it's fine. Hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels. They're here with us for just about every stream. And I see Gloria's Platter has come in. Hopefully I'm not missing any channels in the chat. And then we're going to look at Mel Runs Things in a moment. What we'll do right now, we'll just take a quick break for 3.5 minutes and come right back.
If you have the ability to
Pardon me, I think I will finally have that sorted within a few days. I'm still having trouble with this Stream Deck after a software update there. So I just cleaned up the wheel a little bit. So if any of our members or moderators are still here that haven't been seen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll get you back on there. Mel Runs Things is up right now. And actually there was a super chat earlier that was dropped for by Crafty Witch 232 so that we would look at this channel. They got a special stream happening right now, a special celebration party, they say, and Mel Runs Things is live frequently. Actually, they've been a long time friend as well. PK Adventure Travels, by the way. So Timmy the Racing Channel's here with us just about every day. A very enthusiastic creator. And what he's talking about is in our copyright-free music channel, which I haven't run a stream over there in a while, but we have a video game that goes on where there's little characters on the screen, and you can sort of control them, but it allows everybody to jump on each other's heads and bomb each other and play some games and stuff like that. So that's basically what is being talked about there. And then Mel Runs Things is up on the screen right now. This is a creator. They've recently changed their banner, actually. They're living their best life over 50 when we look at what they're doing on their channel. It's a mix, and they give us an idea on their About section, what we can expect here. But this creator's gotten into a lot of diamond art as well, or diamond painting. And we've got a lot of friends that either have diamond painting channels or are doing some of this. They got a shorts video featuring that as well, and then some live streams. So they got a live stream on right now, and then they've got live streams frequently. So I didn't realize they were on quite so often, but it's almost every day. And they do a mix of different things, sometimes pleasing audio, pleasing visual, sometimes diamond painting. And then Mel Runs Things is working on 1,900 subscribers. And then CNS Travel is in the house. They're a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I haven't put, forgive me, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I must have accidentally, actually, never mind. Your name's there. Trying to make sure I haven't removed anybody that shouldn't have been removed. But it's probably time for me to add a name to the wheel as well. And I'm having the hardest time even seeing today. I don't know what my problem is. We still got almost an hour to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We'll do as many as we can. Simple Family Lifestyles on the wheel as well. And then Up Designs Customs is still here. I'm going to put their channel on the wheel right now. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I'll get Vintage Style by Joe on there, but I'm going to have to move it so that we can get through as many channels as we can in the next 45 minutes or so. We'll spin, we'll see who's coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
A simple family lifestyle is up here right now. This is the first time we're looking at this channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video and put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I will watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. Pardon me, I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as well. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on also. And that way you won't miss any of our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And Up Designs Customs is on the screen right now, 156 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. Little Lego is in the house. It's good to have you here. They're another longtime friend. And then Up Designs Customs is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've got some information on their About section. And it looks like we're going to learn a little bit about design here, maybe even making merchandise. I see a haul video there as the latest one. They got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 1,200 on one of them, 1,700 on another one, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be live fairly frequently, almost every few days by the looks of it, at least once a week. And when we look at what they've got going on, I think I'm going to take another video here. I'm going to take a Dollar Tree video. I'll put this in my catch-up list just to get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams. I get to know the content, and anybody can reach out anytime. I'm always happy to get to know creators or hear what everybody has to say on the other social networks. Like, I'm on Facebook some of the time, Instagram all the time, Twitter occasionally as well. And then Vintage Style by Joe I caught for a live stream today.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Oh, you'll have to pardon me. I don't know what it is about the humidity here. Why is it hottest when the sun's about to go down? The sun is literally setting as we speak here. And boy, am I ever baking. And then, thank you, Timmy, the Racing Channel. Vintage Style by Joe is up on the screen. And I talk about this creator's channel. This is somebody I was taken away with as well when it comes to the idea that they're doing creative things that are non-traditional, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And what they often do is take scraps from material and fabrics and make beautiful, customized things for around the home with some of these scraps that otherwise might have been passed over or discarded, let's just say. I'm just going to grab their latest Hobby Lobby video and put that into my catch-up list. We don't have that in Canada, so it's interesting for me to see that as well. Shorts over here have gotten into 2,400, 2,600 views. This is another dynamic creator. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's creating. There she is right there. This is what we see on her channel most often. But she did a very different kind of stream today, and I was really happy I got to catch this. She was doing a live auction to benefit local animal rescue, and that is really, really cool. And I literally said it in there. I'm always happy to see creators using their powers for good. So I'm glad I caught that. But Vintage Style by Joe's working on 2,500 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. And then we'll spin the wheel. Yeah, Izzy Pop. I usually, I whine and complain about the heat every day, but I don't know what's going on right now. Over the last few minutes, I've just started, baking. And Handicap Traveler is coming up. Most people get so angry if they knew I wish the summer away, but I love September and April and that kind of weather. So much more. I hide from the sun and the heat. Handcrafted by Jackie. Good to see you in the house again. Thank you for coming in. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Oh, 109, Jesse. My dear goodness. Ugh, it's been not quite that hot here, I don't think, but yeah, I don't know what it is, Jason. My dear goodness. And forgive me, I know I'm whining and complaining, for no reason here, but something is just like a wall of humidity just got over me here. That's the one thing about Canada, or at least where we are in southern Ontario. It's not just that it's hot with no relief, but there's humidity that makes it just unbearable at times. We literally have cooling centers, and things that are dedicated so that people can go if they don't have air conditioning or if they need relief from the heat, because you know, we're not accustomed to it. It's not like it's, you know, 80 to 100 degrees all year round here. We have really hot summers and really cold winters. So it's something else. And then Handicapped Traveler is up on the screen right now, and this is a channel that's gone through a bit of a change, but Handicapped Traveler has been an unbelievable supportive creator for many years, over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here and put this into my catch-up list. That's so I can keep caught up with the channel. A playlist is a fun way to do that. And then they've got a premiere coming up, and that's going to be actually... a month from now. Not quite a month, a couple weeks from now, in August. And we'll be looking forward to that. I got my notification on. We've talked about this many times. We put notifications on for everything we see, premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on. And then when we get to shorts on this channel, we see that they get into 2,600 views, 2,700 views with some winter weather. And get ready, because when December and January roll around, I'll be complaining about that too. I've been lucky because I haven't had to shovel as much in the last few years as I usually do, but shoveling snow always feels like a waste of time. Handicapped Traveler. I'm laughing at myself because I can't believe how ridiculous I sound. I seem to not want to do anything. Handicapped Traveler's up on the screen, and they just did a stream literally an hour ago. I don't know how I missed this, so forgive me for that. I thought I had a reminder set, but I must have missed it. And they are celebrating 3 years on YouTube. So I'm going to put the replay in my catch-up list, and I will at least run it, if not be able to see all of it, but I will put it in that list for sure. And then Handicapped Traveler has a second channel called Serdank for Jesus. And this is a channel that brings us spiritual inspiration. Oh, that's cool. We see the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch there, with some Happy Meal from Serdank for Jesus. I'm always happy when that kind of thing comes up in the search results. You search for one channel and another one comes up because they've collaborated or done something for each other like that. And then Serdank for Jesus is up here. You get an idea just from the thumbnails about exactly what they're doing here. I'm just going to put the latest video in my catch-up list, and then hopefully everybody will help get this channel moving towards its 200 subscribers. And then Little Lego's got some music coming with a Lego theme. Coker Culture, I gotta get back onto the wheel. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is the newest member of our moderator squad.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then, yeah, I know what you mean, Handicapped Traveler. I told you I couldn't even talk about your channel a couple of weeks ago there. And then Home Bartending with John is in the house, another creator who's a silver member, first of all, so we see their channel every single day, but he's got a couple of channels for us to look at, and they're both one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuberchat family. When we look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, we see a creator who literally unboxes anything that can be unboxed. She gets into everything from bath and beauty products to snacks to stationery to crafting supplies, Happy Meal videos, Temu hauls. And this creator brings out videos consistently, so they're usually on at least once a week. Sometimes they post more often. They usually have a premiere every Sunday, so we'll be looking forward to that, 3 p.m. Eastern. Shorts on this channel feature a lot of the things that are found in Jesse's unboxing videos. And forgive me, because I think I've been forgetting to mention it the last couple of times. When we are in Jesse's premieres, or if you're watching her videos, you'll actually see a lot of the things that she makes with a lot of the things that she unboxes. A lot of collages, a lot of journaling, a lot of collaborations with other influencers or creators. Now, she unboxes a lot of the stuff and then features those in the shorts videos on the channel. So you see bath and beauty products, you see stationery and snacks and jewelry and, you know, everything that we've talked about here. And these have gotten into 1,400, 2,300 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. She's live occasionally, but this is the kind of creator who can literally go live whenever she wants and will have a flood of support, because her support over the last 5 years for all of us in the Tuber Chat family has increased. And I say it all the time now, but that is quite a trick, because when you're following more and more channels, it's hard to support each other more and more, even though we're all doing as much as we can. King Colin, COD Gamer, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Jory's Game Bites is still with us. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes, I hope everybody will welcome as our newest moderator in the Tuber Chat family. She was literally just added today, but it's been a long time coming and long overdue, to be honest with you. And then Hanging Out with Jen is coming up. We'll see what they got going on.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Jesse. And you're right. Yeah, we try to keep self-promotion to a minimum. But Little Lego, I'm actually curious to know what you have to say. So by all means, yeah. What we try to avoid more than anything else, our moderators will usually knock out messages, or I'll just do it myself, but knock out messages when it's too self-promoting. What we're really talking about is when people, let's say, come into somebody's live stream and then say, hey guys, I'm going live right now. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, like here in Tuber Chat, it's not going to matter. I can't imagine anybody's going to go running to see what anybody else is doing when they can watch after. But it's easy to say that, but it really doesn't have the effect that everybody wishes. Like, you know, nobody here is going to be able to say I'm going live right now and have 10 people go running over there. It just won't happen. The problem is that in other channels, it will make the hosts or moderators so mad in some cases that you can get timed out and banned and everything else. So that's really what we're trying to avoid more than anything. Although we do let a lot of it slide, you know, and this and that. But yeah, when it comes to self-promotion, we just don't want to overdo it. Sometimes people do it unintentionally. They're literally just telling you, like, hey, I'm leaving right now because I'm going to set up for my live, not realizing that somebody could take that the wrong way. So we try to be patient, but a lot of what we're doing here in Tuber Chat, and forgive the long speech, just has to do with what's going to happen to everybody when they're out in the YouTube streets and other people's live streams and premieres. Because you don't want to get people upset, especially inadvertently, and then get timed out and banned. And I've been banned on my share of channels, I promise you, and timed out, and Nightbot and me go back a long way, I promise you. And then Exploradora 80, good to see you in the house. We have some friends from Australia in the Tuber Chat family. We know it's tough for a lot of people to catch our times, because for our friends in parts of Australia, it could be 6 a.m. right? Or pardon me, it could be actually 8 a.m. by now. So we're about 12 hours off. But some of our longest standing friends are from Australia, and we'll usually have somebody pop in and out in almost every stream. And then oh, thank you, King Colin, COD Gamer. I appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, for the positivity in the chat. So Hanging Out with Jen, I thought we'd seen this channel before. I believe I've seen them out in another premiere or live stream at least once. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, because I thought I recognized the name. This is the first time we've got them on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do is take one of your videos here. I'll take the longest one, 6 minutes. I'll put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Butler Family Farm is coming up. I'm just getting them ready right now. And it's interesting because I see Vintage Style by Joe said they were timed out by Nightbot for too many emojis. Yeah, so I do have a recommendation for everybody, and forgive me because it's a year now I've been going on about making videos. I still haven't done it. I've been barking up that tree for 5 years now. But when you're hooking up any of the chatbots, it could be Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or Botrix, or if there's any others out there that I'm not using, we use all 4 here. But when you set them up for the first time, what I would do is go through them. It takes a few minutes, but if you have the time, sit there and really go through every setting and turn everything off. And then as you learn about what the different functions do, turn them back on one at a time. Because the problem is Nightbot and these other chatbots often have the spam settings enabled, and it stops people if they put more than like 3 emojis in the chat. And if somebody's not part of the Superchat family, they're not going to know that we don't want like too many emojis, and a lot of people don't care. It really doesn't matter as much as we've all been led to believe for many years. But because those chatbots have those settings, it can time people out, exactly like what Vintage Style by Joe has said. I've been timed out for the same reason, or capital letters or numbers in the chat and things like that. And again, that comes down to moderators and channel owners that don't want that stuff in their chat. What can happen is you can put a little bit too much, and those creators will time you out or ban you from the channel. But what a shame when it takes so much work for us to get a new person to visit our channel, and to have one of the chatbots time them out or make them mad. They'll never come back. There's 50 million channels on YouTube. They'll never even find you again. So it's really unfortunate, but that's my recommendation. So it's easier said than done, but if you have the time, at least 15 minutes, if not half an hour, when you're setting up Nightbot or something else, go through. Really, my recommendation is literally just turn everything off and turn them on one at a time, so you really know what you're doing, and then it's customized, because it's so unfortunate when I see people get timed out by Nightbot. And there you go, yeah. King Call and COD Gamer, I understand fully. And then Defam Adventures is in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now. Butler Family Farm is coming up next. What we're going to do is play a clip, though, from our interview series. These creators actually happen to be from Australia. They were from Ireland, but they moved. And I think it's a year ago. It could be 6 months. I'm losing track of how long it's been. Almost a year. And we hear in their interview what it's like to change circumstances there, what the different cultural differences are, if that makes any sense. But let's hear from Danielle and James, and we'll be back in 3.5 minutes.
You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the Shorts channel. They are clips from our long form videos with the link
good.
to send it back. So
Yeah.
we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we
Right.
said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching on our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. So you get an
Absolutely.
idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like say like a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back and looking at Butler Family Farm. So we know that Mel runs things as live. I just peeked in there for a quick second in the background. They should be live still in half an hour from now. We'll get through as many channels as we can in about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. And then we can go over there and raid. She's doing a special celebration. She's partially monetized now, so got into the first level of the partner program, and we'd love to go and congratulate her. But you'll be welcome and encouraged to meet more friends and family members like we do here in Superchat. All of our moderators allow that, but most of our friends encourage it as well, like Butler Family Farm on the screen. LGGG Love, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at Butler Family Farm, we see Jerry and Susan. They share the camera work and videos here together. We get a great chance to get to know them, and they bring us their 116 acres of farmland, including a lot of livestock, which includes cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and then bees now for a few years, and possibly koi in the near future. Butler Family Farm are also known to meet up with a lot of other creators and have a lot of visitors to the farm. So I've got their latest video and put this in my catch-up list. They're going to show us all that it takes to look after 116 acres. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop. They take us around the different fields. They show us all the equipment, the tools that they often make, and then there's some cooking videos in here as well. Lots of meetups with other creators though, and when you get to their live streams, you'll often see some large meetups like the Mid-America or Ozark meetups where there could be dozens of channels of supporters and channel owners there. And then Jerry and Susan do a weekly live stream on Mondays at 6:45 Eastern. It could be them together talking to us, giving us a chance to get to know them, giving us some updates like their 41-year marriage anniversary that's coming up this Monday, or sometimes they have StreamYard panels. Either way, you're going to meet a lot of friends in their channel. Jerry's been very forthcoming about the fact that they're using the YouTube promotion system to push the channel really fast, really hard, but they're closing in on their 100,000. They'll probably have it before the end of the summer. And it'll be interesting to see. So that's another legitimate way to push your channel if you want to set videos as advertisements. I don't have an opinion either way about it, but Jerry will share information about how that works with anybody if you want to get to his channel and think about that. And then Exploradora 80. So we're at just over 5 years for Tuberchat, and a small bit before that, but let's just say about 5 years. But thank you for coming in today. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So yeah, hopefully everybody will catch Butler Family Farm as well on Monday for that anniversary live stream. Anybody can reach out, by the way. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. I know you can't just sit there and message every single person you want to come into every live stream and premiere that you do. But if you find a moment to let me know that you've got a special occasion coming up, especially a monetization celebration, then I always try to make sure I'm in those. So I'll be happy to peek in there if I can, even if it's the middle of a work day. Although I haven't had much success with that yet, but I can try. And then Be Amazing Sylvia, our dear friend, is with us right now as well. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen brings us homesteading tips, recipes, how-to videos, do-it-yourself, and a bit more. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen does a really good job of planning videos on the channel, and you get that idea when you start to go through them, how much thought went into the videos before they're filmed and produced, and they do a really thorough job over here as well. So Mike also helps out. I joke all the time that he shows up, especially for the taste tests at the end of a lot of the recipes. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead does a similar thing to what I talked about with Just Jason Keto. The recipes are usually just a handful of ingredients, simple and easy to make. They take a little bit longer because she does a lot of baking, from what I've seen lately. But all of the recipes seem to have come out even better than they expected, which is great to see. And always budget friendly, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to take a different video here. I haven't grown any of my own tomatoes and things like that yet. A couple of friends of ours from the channel Hope Bus many years ago dropped off, or we went to visit them, and they literally handed Kristen Welton and myself a basil plant and a tomato plant as well. And Kristen got quite a few things off of those. She was looking after those. They have moved on. They literally, if you were to look up the channel Hope Bus right now, you will see a conversion of a bus into an RV where they moved hours away. They were friends that were just about 20-30 minutes away from us in Niagara Falls, in the next town over, and we visited them a couple of times, and they took off now, and they're living the dream up on their homestead. And really cool ideas, but I have a lot to learn when it comes to tomatoes, so I'm just going to take that video from Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen here, and then shorts on this channel, 2200, 2700, 3800 views on a few of these. She's usually outdoors. And then live streams. So she's done many of these, either story time and walk by the river or a fireside chat. And we've always got notification bells on so that we can catch each other as often as possible for premieres, live streams, and everything else.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then, Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is another incredibly supportive creator out there. I run into them constantly. I didn't know Michael's Adventures was growing stuff as well. I just don't. I got every excuse in the book. Kristen's got a thing here where you can do a few like herbs in the house, and like anybody can, we could set up a few, like a tomato plant and something else. But we don't use the outdoors. It's a long story, but there's ticks out there on the lawn. We live in an apartment complex, and I am concerned not as much for us as I am for, we have a couple of cats here, and I don't want them, ticks have literally not just been seen, they've been on us. Kristen's had 2 on her, her cousin's had 1, and it's concerning, right? So we just don't use the outdoors, we don't use the garden, we don't use anything. It's unfortunate, but we like the place too much to to leave, and I couldn't even spray it myself if I wanted to, because it's a like I said, apartment complex, and there's too much forestry around us. Everything will just come right back over. I am Betty J Gathers. Oh, I must have removed your name from the wheel. No, we looked at I am Betty J Gathers. I am mistaken. Forgive me. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. I'm confusing myself now. 3 hours goes pretty quick. And then thank you, I am Betty J Gathers, for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator and one of our longest standing members. As a matter of fact, she's been with us about 5 years as well. Coker Culture is on the screen right now, and they have got... literally, they say they have something for everyone. Coker Culture, and vlogs about life, vacations, food reviews, theme parks, cruising, movies, video games, and psychology, along with mental health and a few other things. So tons of variety here, including some travel. I'm just going to grab the latest video that you've got going on here. Looks like a collaboration with the Fam Adventures, which is interesting to see. The Coker Culture now is working on 1,100 subscribers, so they've got their 1,000 locked in. They're monetized also. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Forgive me for not being sure when you updated that avatar, but I just noticed that now. And then shorts over here. Goodness, 12,000, 15,000 on a couple of these, and a couple are still moving actually. And then live streams on the channel. Hopefully I'll catch you for this one. EV Mux they're using. I don't know. I forget how you pronounce that. Isn't there a more clever way to pronounce that? I forget how you do it. If you guys want to remind me, if you happen to know better than I do. I haven't used that system. I've used many others, like Restream, and we use Restream for the music channel. Streamlabs desktop here. We've used StreamYard for our interviews and our early episodes. And then Coker Culture is doing live streams pretty frequently, actually, several times a week, and they've got a StreamYard panel full of guests often, which is great to see. So the usual suspects, yes, and then hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these soon, but I've got the notification on for this one. We talk about that all the time, putting notifications, even though we've got the notification bell on for the channel as well.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Oh, Mel Runs Things is dropping a gifted membership again. Thank you for that. She's live right now, actually, doing a celebration stream. So we're going to go over there and raid after. And I got to get it set up again here, so I can get the link. We're looking at Be Amazing Sylvia. She's been with us pretty much from the beginning as well, and is one of the creators featured from our interview series, as a matter of fact. I'm just dropping the link again so we can go over there. You'll be welcome and encouraged to meet more friends and family members while you're with Mel Runs Things, and I'll come over there too. We still got 10 minutes to go here, and I'll leave this stream running for an extra 3 minutes afterwards so that we can clean up our connections here before going over there. When we look at the chat, I'm going to add another name here. Palazzo Place is being added right now. The Amazing Sylvia, like I said, has been with us from the beginning. This creator will bring a spiritual inspiration as well as pure variety. She literally gives us a look into her life. She gives us a chance to get to know the family. She actually started a second channel with her daughter. I'll talk about that in a moment. And she could be doing anything from indoor to outdoor videos, hauls. She could be taking us on a trip or giving us that spiritual inspiration that I was talking about. She really hooked into a formula a while ago that has brought her great success with shorts. So one of them at 250,000, 3 more, 264,000, 681,000, and one at 762,000 views. And she continues to make some of these today, but they've led to a spurt in growth on the channel. We talk about that in her episode of our interview series. So I hope everybody will watch all of those. I know it's a lot of content now. They go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. We talked for just over an hour, I believe. And Be Amazing Sylvia talks about the changes in the channel and the things she's seen, because she was doing the same thing we're doing here in Tuber Chat when we started. And we soon connected, and she still continues to help people today. So she's got another series of live streams. It's not that there's one correct or incorrect way to connect with other people. We just keep doing things exactly the same way here that we've been doing ever since the beginning. But Be Amazing Sylvia is knowledgeable about all things YouTube as well, and can help you meet more friends and family members. She runs a side business also. And then when we look at her channel, we see that she started another one, like I said, a while back with her daughter. This one now is called Sylvia's Daily Positivity, and she wants to share positivity and motivation with us. Lots of different videos here, as we can see, but she also gets into shorts on the channel. Some of these have started to move 1,700, 3,100, which is great to see. And then hopefully everybody will connect with her. We'd love to push her over the hump of that 300 subscribers that we know she's thinking about right now. We'll spin the wheel. Yeah, forgive me, Be Amazing Sylvia. So I don't know if you ever heard me talk about it. I mentioned it a couple of times now, but while Sylvia and I were on, the internet was not as smooth as it could have been. And the problem is the audio moved from the video, not just all at once. It's not like you could take the whole audio track and just move it and it matches. No, it's like every minute I got to keep cutting it. So it's just taking longer to edit than I thought. I'm trying to find time in between work and everything else. But I will get it done. And as soon as I've got it set, I'm going to set it a couple of weeks in advance, but I'll let you know when that's coming out. So Sylvia is one of the featured creators in our series now of videos. There's 5 episodes so far. Hers is the 6th, where we talk about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel from creators who have been here and have done it. So she shares all of her knowledge, and we've had a friendship that goes on beyond 5 years now. And then CNS Travel is up on the screen right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Butler Family Farm dropped another super chat, so thank you again. They've done that a million times before. I really do appreciate the extra generous support, but they're actually just taking over the stream boss there. And what that is that video game life meter that you see under my camera here. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. And Butler Family Farm has held that position many times before. But thank you again, and I really do appreciate it. CNS Travel is up on the screen. This is another channel that's here with us in Tuber Chat just about, every time we're on lately, and I see them out supporting other people regularly as well. So obviously travel-based content here, a lot of cruising is what they're going to focus on. And we can read from their About section where they're going to give us cruise tips, ship tours, destination guides, and guides, and Sea Day fun. What Sea Day is when you go on a cruise. I've been lucky enough, I worked on a cruise ship for 1 summer. It's the only time I've gone, but I was there for 4 months. But basically what happens is usually when you're on a cruise, you go to a few different destinations, but if you're gone for a week, you don't go to 7 different places. You usually go to 3 or 4. The other 2 or 3 days are meant as sea days. There's so much going on the ship between the theme parks and the restaurants and the presentations and shows and karaoke and bands and DJs and every other thing, that there's plenty to do even without the beach, let's just say. And, between the pools and hot tubs and everything else, there's plenty of that also. So CNS Travel is going to show us all of those things and more. They've got shorts on the channel getting into 1,700 views now, and then live streams as well. And they got quite a few set up. I'm going to set notifications for all of them. And I'll look right now to see if they're on a schedule, and forgive me for not already knowing. Eddie Lugo Studios, obviously a celebrity, Jeremy and Cheryl. So they've usually got a StreamYard panel full of guests. I think Foodie Vacations there as well. And they seem to be on, every week. So they've got a schedule, and the next one is on the 29th, 4 days from now. Is that Tuesday? And forgive me for not being right if I'm mistaken there. But yeah, hopefully everybody will connect with CNS Travels. And I'm going to try to remember that if that's the case, that you're on every Tuesday. And it looks like 7 p.m. Eastern. So perfect time for me to either stream at the same time as you, once every 3 weeks, or be able to catch your stream. So CNS Travels, working on 300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond might have a stream coming up. Home Bartending with John is knocking some life off of the stream boss there. Memberships always knock 499 points off of the stream boss, no matter what, whether they're a membership, a highlighted milestone message, or a membership gift. It always seems to be the same, 499 points. So when you look at the HP on the video game life meter there, that gives you an idea of what it will take to knock it off. I have mine set to 2,000, and it's set to 1 point equals 1 American penny. So basically $20 is what it takes in total to turn that thing over, and we usually see it turn over once or twice. And then Little Lego, I am going to get you on the wheel. I've got enough time for one more channel here. We still got a few to go. Palazzo Place is up here, another enthusiastic creator. I don't catch everything that goes on in the chat. Matter of fact, I miss a lot, probably most. But I do appreciate the enthusiasm and kind things that Palazzo Place has been saying. They've been with us for just about every stream since finding us a couple of months ago. I'm just going to grab their latest video as well, see what's so crazy here. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with their channel. They've got some shorts over here as well, and these have now gotten into 1,100 and 4,100 views on one of these. Mostly outdoors, a lot of furry friends there, and they're working on 700 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then we will spin the wheel and see who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then we're only a few minutes away from Mel Runs Things, who's live already. And I've got the link in the chat. And Little Lego, thank you so much. They've super chatted before, but it's absolutely unnecessary. I really mean that. Most people know this channel's doing just fine. We've got enough of those things. Home Bartending with John has been a silver member for as long as I can remember. We see his channel every single day, but this is why I took the ads off the channel a long time ago, because the super chatters and members far overshadow the ad money that would come in. So I'd rather everybody come in and out of here quickly than worry about the few dollars that would be made, let's just say. And I really do appreciate that kind of thing when it happens, but it's unnecessary here. I know it can be frustrating to wait to have channels on the screen, but I promise you it's the least important part of what we do. Explorador 80, forgive me for all that I'm missing in the chat. I might have missed a few things that you've mentioned. I don't mean to miss things, but I'm just not reading the chat all the time. But when this channel became monetized, I had already run several other channels and already monetized them. So this one only took a few months, because I believe I started in February gaining subscribers by using the account to go into other people's live streams and premieres. And a lot of my friends already knew I was about to start this channel to do this thing. So I already built it up to hundreds of subscribers before we even started streaming. We started streaming on April 30th of that year. And I remember that's a long story, but we did. And it was by the end of the summer, I think, was when we became monetized. I think it was in August. So 4 or 5 months, I think, is what it took after we started streaming, because you got to think about watch hours and things like that as well. But again, that was 5 years ago, and things have changed now. I had to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, but I also had a little bit of practice. And forgive me, because I missed a comment earlier in the chat, and I can't remember who mentioned it, but the idea of the tulips. which are our membership badges. I haven't changed those. I meant to change them for something more summary, like Just Jason Keto has talked about. But those are tulips that I put in there from spring. I just matched the colors from what everybody expects from the YouTube membership badges so that we know how long people have been members. But they've expanded that too. And then what we're looking at is Scooter Renee LLC. Forgive me, I didn't add your name back onto the wheel. Let me get it on here right now. I'm going to have to race through these few channels here. But anybody can head over to Mel Runs Things. They're already live. I'll come over there as soon as we're done here, and I'll leave the stream running for an extra 3 minutes. We'll be a few minutes overtime today. And then Little Lego, yes, I'll make sure to catch your other channel. Home Bartending with John has a couple channels of his own. They're both one of a kind. This creator is going to teach us what it takes to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar set up quite as elaborate as what he's got here, but he shows us all that it's going to take to make our favorite cocktails, usually in a few different variations, 3 different recipes for a lot of the cocktails. He does a lot of product reviews as well, and comparisons between beers, liquors, and liqueurs. And this creator will also bring us collections of like low-calorie cocktails, non-alcoholic mocktails, for instance, and he's got quite a few shorts that have done well. One of them still getting views at 10,000 now, which is great to see. Then live streams on the channel are an idea from the past, but he's taken part in many of those. We'll see if he's going to bring those back. And we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, like I keep saying. The Pipe Guy is a second channel from this creator, where he is bringing another unique idea, and I will get it from the handle probably. YouTube wants to keep misspelling. I wonder if I can get it to, pardon me, we don't have time to get stuck here. YouTube will not allow me to even spell it properly. There we go. If I put quotes around it, it comes. We gotta use some of these tricks to search sometimes. The Pipe Guy is where we're gonna find industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art, which I had never seen before. He's got a Star Wars based, Star Wars themed video to get us started as well. And then, like I said, he's been a silver member for as long as I can remember, so we see his channel every single day and the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. I'll spin the wheel. DeFam Adventures is coming up, and I put Lewis Acre Farm Karma on the wheel. We'll just race our way through these here. DeFam Adventures.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Oh, Keto Simple, good to see you in the house. Forgive me for not saying hello. I know you've been here for a few minutes already. Yeah, I crashed right into Jason and consumed the goodness today. From the beginning, I've said from Tuber Chat, we don't actually have a schedule, but that gives me the freedom to be able to go anytime at all. I don't think there's been an instance yet where somebody's got mad because I've gone at the same time as them, but that's only from setting that as a precedence. But the truth is we can always catch each other's content afterwards, and I try to go every 3 days. What that means is if you were to look at a calendar, you would see that Tuber Chat's only going to hit a time zone. Like we've crashed into Butler Family Farm a million times, Jason's Thursday night streams a million times, but it's really only once every 3 weeks on average, right? And then, you know, a lot of people are running more than one at a time anyway. DeFam Adventures is up on the screen right now, and I can't believe how far behind I am. They've put up quite a few videos in the last couple months. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This one is a special festival, but I haven't heard of it before, so it'll be interesting for me to have something to learn here. And they're going to bring us laughter, thrills, unforgettable moments, and then lots of fun and excitement, they say. You can see they've got some random content, but a few grocery store, not just grocery stores, but tours, it looks like here. And then interesting challenges it looks like they get involved in on the channel as well. DeFam Adventures has gotten into 3,000 views on one of these shorts videos and won over 28,000, my dear goodness. And then live streams as well. They've got a couple that are set to go, and I've got notifications on for those. They're on Mondays, and it looks like they're on every week, so I'll hopefully catch that one. 8 p.m. should be right in time for me to catch as my last stream of the day. That's the same time as Michael's Adventures is doing premieres. He's on every day at 8 p.m. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel coming up. We'll see what's happening with Lewis Acre Farm Karma.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
When we look at Lewis Acre Farm Karma, she's got a couple of series here. So your thoughts for Thursday are usually spiritual inspiration, and these come out as videos, but then there's a couple of series of live streams on the channel. Meet Me Monday is where she's going to introduce us to different creators, and I've been a part of that series, so I've been happy to do that. And then Talk About It Tuesdays is more of an open conversation, and obviously the conversation can go anywhere once it starts, but they're usually on anywhere from an hour to a couple of hours. And Lewis Acre Farm Karma is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. I think you changed your banner. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500, 6,200 views. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is here for just about every stream at some point, and then hopefully I'll catch you. It's been a couple of weeks. I didn't realize it had already been so long. I've had actually a really heavy 2 weeks of work, which apparently is not supposed to happen regularly, so we'll see. But that means I'll be able to catch everybody a little bit more again. So working on 600 subscribers on Lewis Acre Farm Karma. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. And then Web's Web set up a website where everybody can post what they're doing on YouTube so other people can catch it, which is a great idea. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma is looking for more channels to interview, so anybody can reach up. So swapping playlists is a really simple arrangement. You're just agreeing to run a playlist of videos for somebody else, and they're agreeing to run a playlist of your videos. You notice I use the word run, not the word watch, because we're not expected to sit and watch every single second of every single video. If you think about things like music on TV, on YouTube and things like that, most people are doing several things while they've got a playlist running. You can actually do it when you sleep, when you eat, when you work, when you go out. Some of us will do it in different windows on a computer, or if you have an old tablet or a old phone that you're not using for anything else, you could use that specifically. But you can see that having somebody run an entire playlist of your videos is going to make your watch hours grow. And then there's other benefits. The friendships that we make mean that they'll be there in the future, so your watch hours will grow exponentially. You will do for them, they will do for you. But this is why we push it so much. I don't facilitate, I don't interfere, I just talk about it because I know how helpful it can be. But that's really all there is to it. You just pick a playlist for somebody else, or they'll let you know which one they want you to run. You run a playlist, you make a playlist for yourself. I recommend everybody who's going to do that have a playlist of all of your videos, everything, not including shorts because they don't count the same way, and then a playlist of live streams, because that's where you can really get a lot of watch hours. Not everybody will be able to run playlists that last for days, but some of us can. Our moderators usually do as much as they can for everybody, but some people only have like one phone that they use all day. They can't be running playlists all the time. They'll do it for like 6 hours at night or 8 hours or something. And that's fine too. But these are just ideas. If you need me to elaborate, then just please let me know. Yeah, little Lego 4 monitors for sure. I usually have 4 windows running playlists or videos or premieres or streams on one screen. I have two screens at all times, and then my other screen is usually whatever I'm working on. Scooter Renee LLC is another channel I'm still getting to know, and they let us know they're bringing motivation, auctions, and then more reseller vibes, so they will help us understand how to buy and sell online. Just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. I watch as many videos as I can, and then I let the rest run, but everybody gets their watch hours that way, right? And then shorts on this channel have gotten into almost 900 and almost 1,000 views on a couple of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I got notifications for a handful that they've got coming up, including a few days from now. So we'll be looking forward to that. They're on Mondays as well, 8:30 p.m. Oh, actually, they got different ones here. They got a few different ones. They got one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. So they got quite a few coming up. We'll be looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll catch one of these. And we know they're working on 2,200 subscribers. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll see what's happening with Little Lego. And thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream, but I do appreciate every moment, even if you're just coming by to say hello or give a thumbs up. And to our friends that run the stream in the background, Jaden's been with us for many years, and we got a few other friends that do the same thing. Little Lego is up on the screen right now, and we'll talk about both of their channels. I hope everybody will take a moment to connect with all of our moderators as well. Every one of them, including Jesse Miller, who was added today, is a longtime friend. They've all been with us for at least a couple of years, some of them as many as 3, 4, and 5 years. We all have friendships together, and they're all friends with each other, but they all have an overwhelming sense of generosity as well. So I hope everybody will thank them for the help that they give, because these streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. And we're all hoping Scratchin' PPA is having a good time in Italy on his vacation. He'll be back in another couple of weeks. He will still be dropping videos on Tuesdays, 12:15 Eastern, so we can look forward to that. And Double Summer Fun is coming up as well. And then Little Lego is up here right now, another longtime friend. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. This creator's doing something specifically interesting. So I can't remember if they said they got like $25,000 worth of Lego sets. Lego's my favorite toy. If I have to buy a gift, which I don't often, but if I do have to buy a gift for any young children, it's usually Lego of some sort that I would reach for, because I know how much creativity it can help inspire. And I was lucky enough to have an abundant amount of Lego when I was a kid. It was my favorite thing. And Lego now has turned into another phenomenon. It's one of the biggest brands on the planet, obviously. Little Lego is going to do streams frequently. I'm not sure if they're on every day. Is it once a week that you're on, or am I mistaken here? 11, 12, 10, 11? Yeah, some of the dates here are confusing me, but I know they're on frequently. I've caught them many times. So Little Lego has a second channel though, and we'll see if I can find it easily. Little Lego World is the second one. We'll see if it comes up easily here. And what they do is usually 2 live streams, one on each channel, where they've got one going in vertical mode, one going in horizontal mode. So I see that this is the second channel working on 100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got shorts over here, a couple of them getting into 300 views and beyond, and then live streams over here as well. And they talked about the idea of doing a live stream maybe tomorrow morning, where they're going to allow people to connect in a similar way to what we're doing here. So thank you again, everybody. Let's make a quick exit. We'll go over and see Mel Runs Things. They're already live. I'll leave this running for an extra 3 minutes, and then I'll see you over there. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.